Good morning, lovelies. Okay, so, hi. I'm a physical therapist, and I've been a dancer for a long time, and I am frustrated by the fact that most dance classes in the Denver area seem to just be oriented towards choreography, and they don't tend to teach improvisation too much. And I'm going to make use of the fact that I'm a physical therapist and I teach movement for a living to explain some stuff about improvisation. So, there is this really cool treatment, or not really cool, it's actually kind of difficult to pull off for some people, but anyway, there's a treatment that we do in post-stroke rehab as PTs and as other rehab professionals called constraint-induced movement therapy. So the idea is if somebody has a stroke and they get issues using their left hand, you actually just keep their right hand out of the game, so that they have to use their left hand and get better at using it. This is literally go where the problem is, build strengths where your weaknesses are. That's the idea, okay? Now, if you are a dancer, and you know that you have a problem, which is that you don't like to use some part of your body quite as much. And if you're a dancer, you want as big a vocabulary as possible, at least if you're like me. And so there is a trick, which I recommend, which is impose a constraint. So imposition of a constraint is something which is done in sports all the time. So you have somebody jump on one leg, right, to improve their general jumping ability. I do this when I'm doing strength and conditioning with people. It's like, okay, great, you have mastered the ability to sprint. Now you're going to sprint with a weight in your hand. Why? Because it keeps you from using your entire body and you have to learn to use the other parts more efficiently. Then you switch where the weight is and you use the other one. And the whole idea is that you eventually build competence with the overall movement pattern and not just the way you learn to do it exactly. You don't want to have what's called a training scar, which is where you just have one way of doing things. You want to be able to do it in a variety of contexts with a variety of constraints. So I'm going to do the same thing. I tend to use my upper body a tremendous amount as a dancer. I am going to put my hands behind my back and I am going to improvise to a song which I wrote ages ago. I will put a link in the description or the comments or something. I don't know, go look. All right. Let's go. If you want to go listen to the drop, you're going to have to go find the track. Okay, so I hope that made sense. Now, you might have actually seen that my eyes were shut too, which is probably an intermediate to advanced constraint. Don't start with that if you're new. Use your eyes in the beginning. But if you tend to use your arms a huge amount when you dance, try putting them behind your back. If you move your lower body a ton and you don't really express yourself too much with your hands, sit in a chair, dance in a chair. You can dance in a chair. I got injured at a certain point. I couldn't use this leg for 5 months or so. And I only could dance in a chair. And actually, I think it's probably why I'm good at using my upper body now without thinking about it too hard. So anyway, think about imposing constraints if you are some kind of expressive performer of some sort. Limit your tools and creativity will blossom. Have an excellent day. Go vibe in the grocery store. Bye.